previously on Ballz.
Johnny, make a little bit of space because Ross has got to drive all the way to Midrand, drive all the way back. He's got a traffic issue. So let's get to Ross first of all, so we can let him not have to sit and be late for whatever.
Don't worry about me.
What are you going to be late for?
Nothing. I've got to pick up the missus later.
Okay.
But she can wait outside. And I'm just joking. No, she's busy anyway.
Not the one sitting outside our studio there.
No.
She's been there a long time.
Been there a long time.
She might get a bit angry.
She wasn't retrenched.
Shame. How's it going?
It's very good. Yourself?
Yeah, all good, all good. Thank you. Nice to see you again. Thanks for popping through today.
Thanks for having me.
What is the latest Prime Circle song?
I don't know. There's a few out there now. There's
Written in riddles, Time Kills Us All, Staring at Satellites.
Yeah, I think the latest one now is Know You Better.
Know You Better.
Yeah,
That's a cool song.
Cheers.
All right. While I try and Know You Better, there it is. We've got it. So we'll play one or two of those when we finish chatting to you. No shows tonight?
Nothing tonight. We're off to Velcom tomorrow. We're going to do the car show, and then we're doing Rivonia Barnyard. So that's quite nice.
Awesome.
And we've been doing a lot of barnyards lately. It's starting to feel like you're covering yourself. Like in a Prime Circle show. But it's very, very cool. And
but that's your own show, so I mean, you do a whole series of shows at Barnyard as Prime Circle.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
No, those are pretty good. I mean, there's good money there as well. I mean,
the nice thing is you can take your time and you can explain the songs. And if you wear a kilt, they can see your balls. I'm joking. If you sit down on the acoustic set,
that explains the accent, Simon. I know you're looking at Ross going, "Where's that accent from?" That's a bit of the Scottish coming.
No, I know Ross was born in Scotland.
Yeah.
Which part? Glasgow.
I was going to say which part. Where was I born? I was going to say something weird there. No, I was born in Ballz Hill. Yeah.
Where's that? In Glasgow.
Yeah. It's close to Glasgow.
Green or blue part of Glasgow?
It's the blue part. The blue blood there.
Nah, jeez, Ross.
But your dad's full on Scottish, eh?
Yeah, I'm full on Scottish as well.
But you've got a South African accent.
Yeah, half off. Yeah.
With a surname like
I was
Learmouth.
wet from the womb, and my dad's an old Motherwell. Like the scars to prove it,
Motherwell.
Yeah, Motherwell.
Did he play for Motherwell?
No. He played outside the when the games were finished.
Okay, trying to reenact what they did.
Yeah.
And what made you guys? Well, obviously, so you were born there.
Yeah.
And then, how old were you when you came out here?
I was like 3 months, 4
Oh,
months
is
old.
it?
Yeah.
So what made the folks come to South Africa?
My dad used to work on airplanes. So his favorite planes are the Lightning, and he used to tell me stories about ghosts in the planes and stuff. Long tormented youth. But no, we came out here. He came out here fitter and turner. So we've been in construction, and I used to work for my dad and do very bad welding and stuff like that. Yeah.
He's like, here we go. There's a good name for a band, Fitter and Turner.
The Fitters and Turners.
The Fitters and Turners.
Yeah.
That sounds a bit like something from the 70s.
Where did you get the name Prime Circle from?
I
How
hated
many
the
times
name.
have you been asked that question?
A lot.
Yeah.
Very,
well,
very,
we
very
were talking
good
about
question.
names
Yeah.
and bands. I thought, well, where did you get the name
I
Prime Circle from?
I hated the name initially because I'm a perfect circle freak, and but we just named ourselves in the garage, and then it stuck. People just started coming over, and then it just stayed. So we just kept the name.
So what does Prime Circle mean?
It's sort of like a group of friends getting together, like just trying to. We were always trying to be the best players that we could be. I think that was the main thing. We weren't like consumed with celebrity. We were consumed with just more the songs and trying to get a band out of Witbank, and just become good players. So it was just trying to be the prime in sense of yourself.
Yeah. And I mean, I'd go with that because Ross, I would put you as one of the most approachable. You and Art Matthews probably two of the most approachable people in music in this country.
Especially when we're together, because we're buying drinks for everyone at the bar.
That could be dangerous as well if there's a bar nearby. But yeah, it's cool. And I mean, this last year, has it been a good year for music? I mean, with everyone battling with the economies and stuff that.
I think music sales is down, and you see it when you walk into music stores. They're pushing DVDs and PlayStation games and stuff in the forefront, and music is down a bit. But I mean, the cool thing for me is that it's going up to performing live. It's taking it down. The cream will boil to the top. And that's what it is all about. Play live, and I'd have no problem with that. That's why I got in the game in the first place.
And I mean, are you very busy still? I mean,
yeah, I think the gigs are even more. It's more in the foreground now, because you have to play more. But the CD sales are going well. Our Evidence is still done surprisingly very well, seeing as it's not the most commercial album that we've ever done. But we chose to do that on purpose. We didn't want to bring out another sort of contrite album. We wanted to bring out some rock, some big guitars and say what we wanted to say.
Yeah. And I mean, from a sales point of view, there's always this, there's these different sort of, I wouldn't say groups, but these different communities that support certain types of music.
Yeah.
And people were shocked when Steve Hofmeyer won the biggest sales at the Summers the one year. And it's like, you can understand it because the Afrikaans community go out there and buy their CDs.
Exactly, yeah.
The people are thinking, it should have been at that side, at that stage, it was the big black artist in those days.
When was this?
Are you not paying attention at all, are you?
Sorry, I was about to tweet to Prime Circle. Never
But
mind.
yeah, my fic is all, and people are like, but they must sell more than that. But it's not necessarily the case. I mean, there's a lot of sort of, cassettes and stuff are still very, very big in the black market.
Yeah, the copying is a big thing.
Copying is a big problem.
I mean, we found shipments. I mean, the guys. It was a funny story. These guys from Samra or South African, the South African music, but like the Police kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And they brought all these T-shirts, and it was a rock show, and there was all these bands there, and we all signed the shirts. And we turned around, someone had stolen the shirts. I thought it was brilliant. I thought that was brilliant. I thought, well done. Yeah.
Brilliant, yeah. And in the English music market, I mean, that's been a very difficult one, because where you see like, Kurt Darren or a Steve Hofmeyer or you Anita Duplessis, and I only found this out like 4 or 5 years ago. They bring out a CD, it always sells over 100,000. Some of them go 150. I mean, they do
pick
big
up a
numbers.
Big check in the end of 2 weeks.
Yeah. And then someone was saying to me that like our top artists, like yourselves and the Parlotones and people like that, they don't normally, like, if you do 40,000, 50,000, it's very good for an English album.
That's extremely good. Yeah.
Is that kind of accurate?
I mean, you can see how the market's changed. I mean, our last album, we went gold in 9 days. And that was like fantastic. It was
What's
like
gold
wow.
now? It's
20,000.
Yeah.
And it's another thing when you tell people what a gold and platinum album is in South Africa, they're going, nah. They're like, still think it's 250,000.
Yeah.
So that's and if it's a hot chick, I don't tell her. I just say, 250,000. Yeah, that's my Porsche outside. But no, it's quite. But it's because it's a relation,
Mm.
But you never know. Like, look at Zahara. She's like 250,000 albums.
The same record company as you.
She's amazing.
Massive. It's huge.
And how's iTunes, South African iTunes, helped or hindered?
I think it's brilliant because a lot of those bands they can't get radio play because they're a little bit too edgy or heavy, or just they kept on being swept under the carpets, or they maybe swear too, all these kind of things. They'll be able to put stuff out and get sales and be able to show that to international companies and to local labels and say, here's our stats, this, down to the color of the eyes of the people buying it,
But have you guys found that you've seen more sales online than you are in the stores now? Or hasn't it
I mean, we're topping the rock charts on iTunes, so that's awesome for us. And it's just nice to see. Then you can actually base that on just like awesome. Like, it's nice to see comments, and it actually brings your fans closer to you.
Yeah.
Do you have to still go through your record companies and stuff when you go on iTunes, or because you can just put it there yourself, can't you?
Yeah, you can, but it's a digital deal, depending. I mean, if you don't have a record label, it's brilliant for you as well. And people can actually, it's the best thing for it is that, like, you can be watching a band and download the track that you really like before you even leave the gig. I mean, that's really important. That's really
powerful.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome stuff. Well, and how long have you guys been going now? I mean, it's been what, over 10 years, eh?
Yeah, it's close to 12 now.
12 years.
12 years, yeah.
It's fantastic, and still not sort of there, no thoughts of.
We only learned to play our instruments a couple of years ago.
But is the passion there as much now as it was 12 years ago?
More so, yeah, more
really?
so, yeah, definitely. I mean, because we're constantly moving forward. So we'll look at old songs and we'll go, I could do better.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. That's just the trait, that the way we have it. So, and it's just getting more and more fun,
Yeah.
Which is your favorite song?
I always like the heavier songs. So I don't know. It's at the moment, given the truth on the new album, Evidence.
Evidence?
Yeah, Evidence is one. It's hard to say. The other ones will get jealous. I don't know. Yeah. So it's whatever the one that bangs live. So Never Bring Us Down.
I remember watching Prime
Sorry,
Circle.
I've got an acoustic version of Evidence here as well. Is that also on the album?
Yeah, that's on the album. That's probably one of my favorite. I think that's one of the better sounding like acoustic things we've ever done. It's very cool.
Awesome. We'll play that one as well then.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you just in terms of Hello was the song that did it for you guys. I think that's kind of a watershed moment for you as a Well, it's a word. I have to use it, man.
Yeah.
But that was kind of the moment where it sort of just burst you guys into sort of a new sphere as far as music goes. Do you look back on it now? Because I'll mention Art again, because I remember when he went to the States and he came back from one of his trips, and we were at the other radio station. They had all the old Just Ginger songs. They said, "Please don't play them anymore.
Yeah.
We don't want. We've got new versions of them. We'll give those to you."
Yeah, we do play the new versions of Hello, and you know, like, I've tried for a couple of years in the last few years. I've tried to actually keep it off set lists.
Okay.
You know, but then I went to see REM, and they didn't play a lot of the songs that I loved, and I got so annoyed with them, and then I went back to the band and said, "Just play them."
Yeah.
You know, it's
people
not,
love
it's,
them.
Yeah, it's not about us. You know, it's
like your encore song, though. Surely, I mean, you don't do it, and you'll always get an encore, probably.
It's weird because I wrote it instead at 8, and it's been that long. You know,
really?
Yeah.
Sure.
It's one of the first songs I ever
Which
wrote.
class?
No, it was
class were you supposed
the
to
one
be?
I was bunking. I can't remember which one it was, but I was trying to get a girl and sitting by the river, and she actually was the one that said, "Play that song again. I'm trying to play something really cool and technical," and she said, "Play that one," and she was the one that said it would be a big song.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it about her?
No, it was actually about I got caught with drugs at school.
Oh, really?
So
Which
it
school
was
did you go to, by the way?
Steelcrest. Remember, you spoke to my headmaster.
That's right, yes.
We excel in the ordinary.
That's right. Now it's coming back to me, yes.
But, I got caught for being an idiot at school, and it was
What did you have?
weed.
He hasn't got any more.
I got some in the bucket. No, I'm joking.
Of course.
No, I'm joking. No, but I was caught for that, just being like smoking under the bridge, little Nirvana freak, and that song was we going through I had to go through Tasanka for a year, and that was sort of like me getting through it.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. And it's such a happy, clappy song in a way, but it's about letting go of fears.
I've never known the background to that song.
Yeah.
I don't think we spoke to you about it last time. Very fascinating. Yeah, it's always interests me when you sort of when you see people, as you say, 10, 12 years down the line, and you say, "What do you think of your earlier stuff?"
Yeah, well,
most people go,
young kid
I
in
don't
the
want
head a bit, but then you also shaking his hand. You know.
Yeah. Awesome. So, where can folks catch you, Prime Circle? Do you still always go with the band? You don't do the solo thing as well?
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I love playing with the band, and I almost feel like I'm betraying them if I do my own thing sometimes. You know. I'm very fearful of it. So I probably might do a couple of things this year, but just secret things. Maybe play a couple of shows with Art.
Yeah.
But we're going to be around. We're playing like Valcom, the car show this weekend. Then we're playing Rivonia Barnyard, and then the rest is on our website. We're going off to Europe. We're going to be touring Germany and the gas countries in April, and that is like we can't believe the excitement over there as well. It's been really cool.
Yeah, those countries, some countries like Germany and one or two other European countries, have also been very good to. They've got a tendency towards South African music in many ways, and not just one kind of genre of South African music, but just in general. I mean, from the Johnny Cleggs to some of the Afrikaans stuff, and to the stuff you guys do as well.
Yeah, they're amazing. I mean, when we were there now, especially their beer is amazing, and we drank an AC/DC beer. And I was like, yeah, this is amazing. When we kept the can. So we're going to make a Prime Circle beer for the tour over there. So we're going to try and bring some back.
Fantastic. We'll bring us a
drink it with a straw.
Well. Fantastic.
Favorite place in South Africa to perform? Best response from the crowd.
You mean venue or like stadiums?
No.
Stadiums as well.
Best town that you.
I used to love PE a lot, but now that I still love it. But I used to love Tapas Al Sol. That was a venue there. It closed down. PE was great. Just that whole coastline, the South African coastline in general, that's being very general, but I think I love our coastline.
No, the reason why I ask is because we watched Prime Circle a few times at Rhodes.
Oh, yeah.
At the Union, and it was like Bon Jovi had just rocked up in town. It was like everyone was so excited because bugger all came to Grahamstown. So
I remember there was a girl. No, don't mind.
Don't tell us.
No, she was a rower, and they have amazing legs, and that's as far as I'm prepared to go.
Yeah, let's not talk about oars and stuff like that. All right, but Witbank must also be proud. I mean, they must be very proud of the fact that it's always Ross, a Witbank boy, and when you go back there,
the Middelburg people get angry because I'm from Middelburg and the band's from Witbank. But
well, it's 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's stone throwers, we'd say, because we used to throw stones at each other. But it's always good. But I think they were over us in a little way the first few years because it's like, Jesus, all we hear is Prime Circle.
Yeah,
but there was a cool movement. It was like our little Seattle back in the day.
Awesome. It was lekker to see you again, man.
Nice to be seen again.
What's the golf handicap?
Sorry?
What's the golf handicap now?
It's thousands.
Still?
Yeah, it's terrible.
The last time we saw you, I think, was at our golf day last year. And it was around about 14, I think, or thereabouts.
No way, it was like 32 or whatever.
I think we played you
the
at
highest
14.
Yeah. Thanks, that's why. Yeah.
Awesome. Well,
I always win a prize, so that's a good one.
Yeah, well, thanks a lot for being at that day, by the way. Really
it.
appreciate you being there. And I think you stuck around for a little while. You're supposed to go and do a gig. So
Yeah.
It was really, really good fun. And thanks for popping in today as well. All the best. And we look forward to catching up. Maybe sometime we're also on the FM in Joburg in the near future.
Straight away. Well, I will be back after April. I'll bring you some Prime Circle beer.
Fantastic.
The
there we go. Look forward to one of those. That's Ross from Prime Circle here on Ballz Visual Radio this afternoon. Going to let Ross go so he doesn't have too many traffic issues. Good luck with that.
Thank you.
This is Ballz Visual Radio. Darren, Simon, Kate and John. Weekdays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central African Time. Ballz.co.za